Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast on this February 20th Wednesday evening. Is it bi-weekly or semi-weekekly?
It's bi-weekly. No one
sexual.
Bi-weekly.
Oh man. Every other.
I hate how bi-monthly means both.
What bi-weekly also means both. It's just the bi means
every other week.
So does bisexual mean both and every other sex?
Every other. Wow.
Some people.
Every other.
Every other. Well, welcome in, folks. We're kicking this off just right. We have quite the big topics to discuss here tonight. Yeah. This is the week that it was announced that My Little Pony Generation 4 will be coming to an end after Season 9. So we'll.
So my joke is still relevant.
It is actually. Thanks, Paleo, for giving everyone a heads up. Well, yeah, we're gonna get into all that. We'll be discussing this. I'm sure a lot of people, not just here on the podcast, but also in the audience, have a lot to say. And we'll be interacting. A reminder for those that would like to send something in. Sarah, we have a hashtag going on right now.
Yeah. If you want to talk about how this show has affected your life, use the hashtag MLPJourney. It's been kind of going around on Twitter.
Spell journey right, otherwise you're going to just really be screwed. So.
I thought you were going to say MLP jerks.
MLP jerseys.
Jerseys.
So MLP Journey, we've already got some submissions.
Yep.
We'll take a look. Now, as a reminder, we're doing this, but My Little Pony by no means is like done right now.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of content still to come for My Little Pony Generation 4. I specify Generation 4 because
the franchise will never die.
No, I don't think so. So I think it's just going to be interesting. It's going to shake some things up, and who knows what's to expect.
Yeah.
But whether it's good in the future or bad in the future, I think we'll still have fun with it one way or another. So that being said, the way we usually kick off our Semi-Perfect Podcast is by discussing food. As Saber was mentioning, I do enjoy discussing food here. And so let's see, Sarah. Hashtag SPP Foods is where we got our submissions for food.
Yes.
What do we got?
Got a Chief Hunter with some Ritz Bits.
I love Ritz Bits cheese.
And Propel.
Okay.
Ooh, Katsucon 2019 attendee.
I love how official that badge is.
And I'm a troll.
But go back to the badge.
Okay.
This badge, and I'm not by any means suggesting anything about Katsucon, but this badge reminds me of the Unicon badges. Because you had to write your own name on it.
Yeah.
Not saying that's how I ended up with a badge at Unicon, but yeah.
It's got Totoro, Porco Rosso, and no name on it.
Nice.
We just watched that.
Yeah, we watched that on Valentine's. Well, we watched...
Which one?
We watched Spirited Away on
Okay. I was like, those are three.
We watched all of the Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
Nice. We got Auto Night, also known as Princess Deadpool. For dinner tonight, I'm having a great big bowl of Los Angeles traffic trying to get home.
Ew, that is the worst food.
You know, I started a new job.
I can so... Yes, tell the story.
I started a new job, and it usually takes me about 10 minutes to get there, but the other day, it took me an hour and 30 minutes because the 5 was closed. And it was horrific. So I sympathize with Princess Deadpool.
I've never seen somebody turn a 10-minute drive, literally a 10-minute drive, into, what was it, 2 hours?
Almost 2 hours, yeah.
Like, that's impressive. Like, you could have literally walked faster.
Yeah, and people were walking down the freeway. People were just parking their cars and walking down the freeway.
What happened when traffic opens up? The cars just sitting in the middle of the freeway?
Well, they would pull over down the shoulder. There's a big shoulder on that stretch of the highway.
I really feel
I
like
hope
that's
you
not
remembered
legal.
exactly where
It's
you
not,
parked,
but when you got the 5 closed, you're not.
People
gonna
are like,
leave
I
people
gotta
much
pee,
choice.
and I'm not waiting. Nora Mermaid says, having a slice of confetti cake since a certain someone's birthday's coming up. Hint, hint. Wink,
Oh.
kissy face. Nora, thank you so much. My birthday is in November. You're right. So.
Super close.
Oh, Nikki
Got
D.
Nikki D. Dark hot chocolate. I just had some hot chocolate myself.
You did.
I offered to make Grace
You offered to
some.
make it for me, and then you
but-
turned around and said, "Oh wait, we don't have the ingredients for you."
Well, because he doesn't have his own milk, and then
she
I ran
laughed.
out. No, I ran out of my milk, my special milk.
You
made from
used up
almonds.
all the milk on purpose.
No, so he couldn't have hot chocolate because he doesn't keep. His...
Wait, champagne flavored truffles? What in
What?
the heck? It's
That's
okay. Okay. Script writing for a video on my 5-year anniversary of being a brony and the Semi-Perfect Podcast on TV. What a night, Nikki D.
Nice.
What a night. Wait, click
What?
back on the picture.
Okay, we gotta be nosy.
Uh-huh. Perfect. Okay.
Okay. We got Norse Brony, lovely pepperoni pizza with cheese stuffed crust chased down with an ice cold toffee apple cider.
Whoa. I
Wow.
wonder if those are good.
Oh look, they've got Doomsday. They got War of the Worlds.
Uh-huh.
Got I don't know what that says.
It's
They got a lot of stuff on their shelf.
important.
Yes.
Indeed.
Oops,
All right.
I had
Now
a
you liked this one coming up. The Railroad Bronies post says, I'll be missing out on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. That's not why we liked it. But forgot that my new anthropology class is on Wednesday nights, which means I imagine you'll be dropping out of that. Or listening in during class. That's smart too. Tonight for the food post, a Sprite. But look at the train, Sarah. Why is this train
It's like a Chippendale train.
a Chippendale train?
And I'm pretty sure the one after it is like a Steamboat Willie sort of themed
Whoa.
train. It's cute.
And look above.
And then, like, yeah, there's like a little My Little Pony Pinkie Pie with her cannon and like a party. Doobity-boop.
And further
And then
above.
the mouse that started it all.
Whoa.
And Mr. King Dice. Nice.
Nice.
Mr. King.
Now what do we got?
We've got.
Coitus ergo sum says, my first ever food post. Welcome! Preparing and then serving 3 portions of rice to go with my sardine curry. This was a few hours ago as I live in the UK, so I'll be watching this podcast at 2 in the morning. Yes! Rock on! It says also, Princess Victoria Louise looks a bit like Toodles.
Alright, let's see this.
Oh my god! Sarah! Is there something you haven't told us, Sarah?
I was a princess in a past life. I would totally wear that hat though. That's pretty.
She's got your
that
haircut, it
whole
looks-
outfit is pretty neat.
Look at the skeleton on the...
I know. It looks cool.
What's your horse's
metal.
name?
My horse's name? I don't know. Winthrop.
A horse with no name. Winthrop? That's why you're never getting a horse.
We've got Soren, mac and cheese with a hot dog, drinking milk. My SPP binge is up to episode 57. My favorite moment so far was at the start of episode 33 when Saberspark was driving into a storm and had bad reception. One of the funnier things I have heard in a while.
Good on you, Saber.
I remember that.
Entertaining us for years to come.
That was so long ago.
Destiny says...
I remember that. That was a fun night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember it, but like...
I was driving back to Georgia from visiting Laura, and I remember I was like, up, like a robot.
Well, I'm glad you were okay.
Oh no, I actually died in the wreck race. You have to wake up.
God, Destiny. I know I'm in a dream because Destiny just posted the best and fanciest you can buy, a McDonald's Big Mac.
Big Mac?
Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Look at those fries. You know, McDonald's fries are very interesting because if you don't eat them about 30 seconds after they're
made.
served to you,
Yeah.
they're basically
They're shit.
inedible.
I hope you
Eat
ate
those
them
quick.
fast enough.
Yes, we hope that you ate quickly.
Yeah, let's switch back over to the screen.
Was that it? We got through all the food?
Yeah, we did. Unless
Whoa.
there were
There's
any
more.
last minute. Let me. Oh,
Oh,
there was some last minutes.
Last minute.
Switch back.
Last minute.
Boop.
Boop, boop.
We've got Chris Hope with snow with a side of clean cock.
Yummy. I wonder if that tastes good. Look at the double dare
Well,
hat.
it's just water.
But look at the hat.
Yeah.
Double dare.
Double dare. Oh, double dare hat. And then we've got Critical Thought indulging in the drink of champions, Dr. Pippa.
Dr. Peeper.
And then
Paleo!
as Lego Raptor is having Welch's fruit snacks.
Nice.
Nice.
Nerd.
Nice. Paleo, you've been busy with your Legos.
Yeah.
What? I guess we'll kick off the what's everyone been up with the last few weeks with Paleo.
What you been up with?
so
My dudes.
tell me, Paleo, what have you been up to?
Up with.
Stuff. I mean, I went to go see Lego Movie 2, and then I made a couple videos. I made one video on why the first Lego Movie works so well. And then a review on the second movie, and then I bought some Lego because I was nostalgic for it, and also I actually had money to get Lego now.
Good. Great.
Yeah, and I got a set that's based on the first Jurassic Park movie, which I'm hoping they make more sets based on the first movie. That'd be awesome.
Interesting. What is the set that you currently have? Like, what's the scene or whatnot?
It's the Velociraptor chase where they're hiding from the Velociraptors with the trying to get the door locks to boot up, and it also has like the part where there's like the
door
kitchen.
locks.
Yeah, Ellie, the door locks.
Oh, the door locks. It's a scene from Jurassic Park.
They need to make the toilet scene.
That seems scary. I actually felt bad for that lawyer because he was just doing his job.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, I would love to see a set of like that T-Rex breakout. Like that entire scene's great.
oh, that'd be really cool. Like, it hasn't been done yet.
No.
That'd be really cool if they did that.
Look at that.
I like the scene where the kids are like in the cafeteria and they're like, "We're so hungry and we're having Jello. We're so happy," and they're smiling, and the Velociraptor is like sneaking in the background.
Whenever I eat Jello,
That's sort of
I
part of
always.
the set.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, because like part of the set, like behind like one of the panels is the part of the kitchen, and there's like a little Lego plate with like gelatin on it.
Ooh. I have a question for y'all,
Mhm.
and the chat can answer as well. What's a scene in media that always gets you hungry?
Oh. One that comes to mind immediately is in the Goofy movie when they're eating the pizza.
The what movie?
Goofy movie.
Oh, I thought you said B movie, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Jazz.
that's the cheesiest pizza I've ever
Dude,
seen.
they dripped it all over the floor, and it happened again with their nachos in the next movie. Like
They had a lot of food actually in the Goofy movie because there's that montage where they end up in the amusement park and Goofy eats all the like crap and then goes on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he throws it back up, poor guy.
So you can enjoy it again.
Pretty much any time that food shows up in a Studio Ghibli movie.
I was gonna,
It's pretty prominent,
Yeah.
and they're always very decadent with their animation for it.
Jesus Christ, they got in Spirited Away when Chihiro's mother and father is like, "Don't worry, your dad's got like credit cards and cash." I was like, "What? Okay," but he was like picking up the food at the like table. I was like, "Oh, it looks so good."
It looks really good, like because I mean, it's to symbolize, of course, like gluttony and stuff, but still, it's like
Yeah, like all the food looks really good, but then once they start eating, I'm like, all right, my appetite's completely gone.
well,
It's so gross.
the size of your head. And then also, like, it's funny because that scene, like, the parents acted very American, actually. Like, for Japanese folks, they sounded very American, where it's like, we'll take what we want, and don't worry, we get cash and credit card.
We'll get a loan and pay for it later.
I've been, I really want to go to, like, a Japanese bathhouse like that, you know, with the radish spirit. I hope that happens someday.
I love him.
Yeah.
You know what being spirited away means, right?
Dying, right?
I think.
You don't even know!
Thank you for the insight.
Answer. You do know what life is, don't you?
Right? Everybody knew.
My little sister actually like texted me. She does this. Rachel's like I
She
know
texted me.
Well, hear me out. Like, I can be dopey at times, but Rachel, my little sister, takes it to like the 10th degree. It's ridiculous. And she texted me a picture from Spirited Away, and she was like, "What movie is this from?" Like, Spirited Away. And then she texted me a picture from Princess Mononoke, and she's like, "What is this from?" I go, "Princess Mononoke." And she's like, "Okay, well, which one's better?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, which one's better? That's a really weird question to ask. Like, are you telling me? Are you asking me to give you an opinion?" And I was like, "They're both good, Rachel. Watch them." And then she was just like, "Okay." That was it.
Okay, I got an answer for us here. Spirited Away, the term Spirited Away is used to refer. So Saber, I just want you to think back to how we're referring to how it'd be cool to be spirited away. The term refers to the mysterious disappearance or death of a person that happens when an angered god takes a person away. So have fun.
Good luck.
In more simple terms, it means the expression "to spirit away" means to remove without anyone's noticing. And then it.
Did anyone notice Saber's been gone
so,
for like years?
So you're gonna die without anybody noticing you died.
Interesting.
Laura's like, something's different.
Yeah. You good?
Why is she messing?
Sorry, Laura's cat's being a goof. You continue on without us for a second.
Okay. So Hirosashii, how have your last 2 weeks been?
They've been really standard. My weeks have been really standard. I watched Lego Movie 2. It has catchy music that's still stuck in my head. Help me. And that's really about it.
Everything's not awesome.
Oh. Everything's awesome. Everything's awesome. Did you see it?
We did. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to make a spoiler screen. I forgot we might have talked about it.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, so we could save that for next time since it's still a fairly newish movie.
You save that to what?
To what?
What?
Save what to what?
Save the Lego Movie discussion for the next podcast.
Another time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the next one because that one's 100.
We'll talk about it eventually.
Okay. All right. We'll talk
we
about
will.
It. We will.
Forever.
I am writing it down.
Good.
There we go.
So Saber and Laura, it sounds like you guys are back. Maybe not.
You're cutting out.
You're cutting out, yeah.
No, you're
Really cut out, and I didn't hear anything you said.
You're cutting out. Well, let's see how our thing looks.
What was your question?
Do we sound good now?
It's like
Not really. It's on and off. Yeah.
Sarah.
I think it's green.
Yeah, it's all of you are having a problem simultaneously.
Yes.
That's probably what it is.
Sarah, are you downloading porn
I'm not doing
during
anything.
this thing?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh,
Is it getting better or anything?
Not really.
Someone said we sound sexy. So.
Well, that's because we're connected directly to the sound program.
Take that. I'm gonna shut off some things over here.
Okay.
Stop.
You could also change the server closer to the. I don't know if that would help. Actually,
I have
How
no
do
idea
I-
if that would help.
How do I do that? Or is that?
If it's like-
No, I'd have to change it.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it.
we'll do our best to understand.
I'm just shutting off my computer.
Okay.
We'll just have to say what.
Can you guys hear us all right?
Yeah.
Just
I
fine.
can't understand
What
your
you
accent.
I haven't seen that episode in forever. I should rewatch it. That episode scared me. Like, I legitimately don't like that episode. It's scary.
I just like how I just saw in the chat, Brony for Life saying, "AC, this is Asian Daryl's friend."
Whoa.
We know Asian Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know the friend of
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know. He's always holding his camera.
What's up, dude?
So, as I was asking, let's start with Saber. How have your last 2 weeks been?
Good. Just chilling with Laura, getting work done. Nothing terribly exciting. Just kind of knuckling down for near future stuff and just keeping my nose to the grindstone, which sounds very dangerous in practice. But
Yes, it does.
Don't do that.
what failed blacksmith came up with that saying?
The one without a nose, probably.
I
dead now.
Saber and I watched a weird movie last night.
Oh yeah, we
Was
watched
it the fish one?
Help,
Yeah.
That's actually it. I'm not even joking. That's
Yeah, I know.
legitimately
I know. I've been watching your tweets and all that stuff about it, and it looks very odd, but interesting.
It really is like Paley and I were watching it, and Paley did some homework, and it's interesting how like the movie you'd say like, okay, look at this movie. Okay, what year do you think it came out? And actually, I'll ask you all right now. Paley, don't answer. What year do you all think that movie came out in?
Hold on, I wanna, cause
I've literally heard.
Well, you can't look it up.
I'm not looking it up. I'm looking up another movie that like the animation and the overall.
Yeah, just look at
Quality.
Saber's tweet.
I mean, like
I would say in the early '90s.
I was gonna say 95.
it came out in 2001.
Huh.
So, which is interesting because like the film, like Paleo said yesterday, it looks like it came out in like the 1980s, like the mid 80s or late 80s with its 2D animation. But there's some computer animation thrown in there too, which like kind of like how Treasure Planet did that a bit.
Yeah.
It's a weird blend of visuals. It works sometimes. Where the movie fails is like there's some songs that really don't mesh up. There's some really awkward dialogue.
Yeah.
But then like there are moments where it's like this is a pretty film. Like you all are talented. You guys, it's pretty, and it's fluid. Pele, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really weird. And there's this other movie that I found the same animation company did, because it's like from 3 different animation companies in Europe that made that movie, and one of them worked on another film called The Fearless 4, and I posted a clip of it on Twitter, which with this like CG robot centaur that's like replacing this donkey in the movie. It's so weird. We gotta watch that one too, because it looks super weird.
Ew. Crazy.
I was thinking of that scene from Lilo and Stitch where Lilo like is showing Nani her entire wall of like fat people.
Yeah. Aren't they beautiful?
And she goes, "Aren't they beautiful?" I want to take that and like put my avatar's head over Lilo, and all the pictures are just a bunch of shitty movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
There's
just,
Joshua in the Promised Land.
But Alan Rickman's the voice of the villain.
Yeah.
That's cool. He has a villain song that's pretty legit. There's if you all saw my tweet, I clipped the it's kind of a spoiler, but the death of the villain.
Yeah. I saw that.
I won't say what it is in case there are viewers who don't
Well,
want to know.
it's too late now.
But like, yeah. It's a pretty eerie death. I liked it.
Was he killed by a ghost?
No. Just kidding.
well, speaking of the last few weeks, Laura, what's been up with your last 2 weeks?
Well, it seems like someone already knows something. I got a new job.
Nice.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Job.
Woo!
I got a full-time job, like a real grown-up person who's trying to make money.
Boo! Oh, yeah!
An adult person.
Well, congratulations on that.
That's...
Cool. Are there any details
can
you
we
can
be
share,
next
like
week?
what kind of work it is?
Well, it's like a small engineering company. They like do wire testing on the wires that go into airplanes and stuff.
Oh,
so,
please don't screw this up.
No, I just get to like blow things up and be like, if you do this, your wire is gonna break. So don't.
Oh, you have the fun job.
Yeah.
Nice. You get to blow stuff up. That's good. Then mess it all up. Yes. Screw it all up.
Yeah, like they'll simulate it over like, if after 30 years of wear, this is what'll happen. So maybe don't keep them in use for this long or something. But,
Yes, you're doing God's work.
yes.
Funny.
Lord, shine down upon me.
Funny enough, Laura wasn't the only one who got a job.
Yeah.
And they read Sarah.
Yeah. I got a job, not quite as glamorous, but it is at a local RV park, and I've enjoyed it so far. I know how to pump propane.
Yeah.
I pumped propane into a school bus today.
Woo-hoo, yeah.
But yeah,
Hank Hill would be proud of you.
it's
Yes,
been
he
fun.
would.
My update
That's
is
awesome.
I haven't been
Congratulations.
fired. Yeah, congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
look it off. Now
Like, oh.
the one thing that Sarah and I are gonna probably have to figure out. It worked out this week, but there's always gonna be a chance that Sarah might end up working during the podcast now.
Well, she's gonna quit her job.
Well,
She will.
I think I've mostly been scheduled for morning shifts.
Yeah,
And I think that's kind of where they want me. But
which is good.
so we'll see. I have not yet been scheduled a nightly shift, so
All right. So,
Sounds like it's
Excellent.
been.
not jinx it.
My friend group doing work. Look at this.
well, yeah, and then as far as my last 2 weeks, just
Yeah, what have you been doing?
oh man, Daytona. Just kind of hanging out with friends, watching some racing lately, and just getting ready for us to really kick off our own filming portion of the season. I'm gonna be in Florida this weekend.
Yeah, what's going on down there?
We're gonna be covering a figure 8 race well, it's a 4-day event. Because of my limited time off, I'm only gonna be out there Saturday and Sunday, but we'll be out in Tampa at a place called Showtime Speedway. And yeah, figure 8 racing on a small track with very expensive cars is very exciting to watch. So,
That sounds really scary.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to watch. I don't know what it would be like to do.
Yeah.
I've done figure 8 racing before, but not in something that I was worried about crashing. Like, if I crashed what I was in, I would have been like, damn. Although I probably would have felt it too, and that would have sucked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's insane. It's bonkers, but I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, should we move on to the big topic of the week?
Yeah.
All right, let's just tackle this on head first.
Are there any small topics we want to hit up before we get to the big topic, or are we doing big?
We
topics?
can talk about Saber's pee-pee.
The only small topics that I wrote down were
I'm just surprised that Sarah just rolled right through that.
what?
Like, I just
Surprise?
I made a very mean joke. Like, I should have been scolded.
What does that mean? If it's true.
Oh,
Hey,
It's like you wanted to be the mean friend, and Paleo is like, I won't be upstaged.
Not in my house.
Yeah, the only things that I wrote down that would be smaller side topics were the new Pixar shorts that were released in the last 2 weeks.
why doesn't that refresh?
I don't know.
After a few minutes, like,
I was caught up because I saw the cat
we
one.
never know how many we actually have.
Well, you can check on here, babe.
it's
Does it
something
say-
that kind of
77?
annoys me about the shorts they're releasing.
Uh-huh.
That they don't really give them thumbnails that make them stand out. Like the one they had for the robot one is like a random thumbnail generated by YouTube, which
Yeah.
maybe YouTube might have screwed them over, but because the Pearl one looks great because it has her standing right in the elevator smiling.
Yeah.
You don't really need like that much of a thumbnail for that.
Yeah.
But Spark went into not Spark. Hello.
You're here.
Hello.
Oh, Hero left.
Oh.
He just couldn't take it.
He might go watch it actually.
No,
What do you
Yeah, I
think
know
that-
Race hasn't watched
I
either of
haven't seen
but-
them either.
Oh, I guess. Okay, cool.
Well, we can still talk about
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You jerk. I mean, I could just step
Do y'all
away
wanna
for a
talk
second.
about it then, or do y'all want to wait till later?
When did they come out? This week?
them.
One came out yesterday.
Yeah, one came out yesterday, and the other one, I don't know when. I
Came
watched
out,
both
like-
of them yesterday.
Let's talk about
Another time? All right.
I mean, if you guys want to talk about them.
Nah, I mean, since
We'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a quick reminder for everybody. Next time, we're actually going to be celebrating the 100th episode of the Semi-Perfect Podcast. And Sarah, what are we going to be doing?
We're going to be playing Jackbox parties.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
We're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so let's just get into the big topic.
Yeah, so I guess that was kind of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've written down.
And if
unless
anybody
had anything that they wanted to talk
Saber,
about.
did you have any topics you wanted to talk about?
There's the My Little Pony movie that's been announced.
Well, that goes in hand with the big topic.
Okay.
We'll talk about
There's the
those both.
what? No, actually, I guess one topic we can bring up. It was announced yesterday that Saberspark and myself will be returning to BabsCon this year.
Hooray!
So, very excited.
You're gone.
Yeah.
San
Laura's
Francisco.
going well.
Laura's
But I wasn't
going
down.
as well. Sarah's been eyeing BabsCon for the future. She's like, maybe someday,
Maybe someday.
but not this year, probably.
Probably not. No.
So.
Someone's got to go to Henry and Casey's wedding.
I agree. I agree. But yeah, so that's going to be a lot of excitement. We'll talk about that when it gets a little bit closer as well. But yeah, can't wait to return. Anyone that's going to San Francisco's Brony Convention, BabsCon, we kind of refer to it as the Party Con. It's just a whole weekend worth of a party. It's 4 days this year. What is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Interesting. So if you're going, definitely at least plan to be out there. Basically, think of it as a shifted schedule. So like Monday's the Sunday, Saturdays.
And don't even
Friday,
do that. You're gonna confuse
Monday's
yourself and
the
everybody.
Tuesday. Right.
Check the official website for the schedule now that ACRacebest has
I'm just saying.
messed it up.
That's
for you in
how it
your
was
brain.
explained to me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. All right. Well, you guys ready to hit this topic?
Let's do it.
I don't know what it is, so I couldn't answer that question.
Well, the topic is
Sarah, it's okay.
the announcement came that season 9 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is going to be the ending of that specific series.
Of Generation 4 of My
4.
Little Pony. So,
Well, then I'm definitely not ready to talk about this topic.
why, Laura?
I'm sad.
Oh, well, we're going to all be sad together, but we're
Yeah.
also going to try to look at the bright future we all have.
Yes, we still
We're
have
finally
we
free!
still have the 9th season to watch.
Yes.
And apparently there's going to be a second My Little Pony movie. We don't know if it's going to... Well, it's not going to be a sequel to the first one. But we don't know if it's going to have Generation 4 characters or the next generation.
It's that, yeah.
And-
We'll get into this conversation
Okay.
About
right.
its specifics. Very interesting. But yeah, so it was confirmed. I believe. I don't know if it was Hasbro that officially confirmed it first. I know.
I mean, there was like an official post, I think, by Hasbro or their My Little Pony social media.
Yeah. So it was. Oh, I just noticed Dusty's in the chat. He's going to BabsCon too. Woo! So yeah. So yeah. So the announcement came, and it's interesting because part of me knew this. I feel like I've known this for a long time, but there was never that official confirmation.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, if you look at the last Bronies Rec, like half the people, including Paleo, are joking about, oh, after season 9, it's done.
Yeah.
Just that's it. There's
I
no
wasn't
more.
joking.
Well, people thought you were.
Well, you cursed us all.
Paleo's the one who pulled the plug. He said, "Guys, no more." But no. So yeah. Obviously, a lot of people have been like, "Oh shit," by this news.
Yeah.
I see this news as like, it's obviously like on one hoof, it's not exactly what you're looking to hear, but at the same time, I guess we can at least say that season 9 isn't going to go the way of some shows where it was literally just milked to death and run into the ground. Like I feel like things are still going strong for it in Generation 4. I also love that, you know, the creators know that this is their last season.
Yeah.
So they can wrap up whatever they feel like, okay, this is our last chance to do what we want to do, as opposed to something like, as we've discussed, Wander Over Yonder or something like that, where it's like
Chippendale Rescue
Rangers just kind of ended. So yeah, it's obviously, I mean, it is. It's heavy news for the fandom. But I also don't think it's like, oh man, it's time to despair. Like I really feel like the fandom is like the majority of the fandom is going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I'm not going to be okay.
I was like, don't put words in my mouth.
You just spit on my cheek.
Oh wow, look at that! There's spit all over your face.
Gross.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I just can't contain it. But yeah, no, I mean it's interesting. I'm curious what you guys think about this news and what it means for the future. Anyone can go.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll take this over letting it just run its course and just fizzle out. That's awful. Because then, like, you never really get to have a good final farewell, or not even necessarily a farewell, but at least like a, hey, let's all get together one last time and throw a big party and have fun and enjoy each other's company. Like, there's too many times where you like, I don't know, I want to be told when it might be the last time I see these people. That way I can make it count.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like a lot of these folks, I don't suspect that they'll be the last time. And also, like, realistically, you know, it's the 21st century, internet, other conventions, G5, for all we know, might, you know, who knows? It might carry on. I don't know how that's going to happen or if it'll really work that way, but who can say? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful. Like, I still enjoy the times we have left, and I do expect it to slow down a bit, but like, it's in no way is it going to be like, yep, this is it, guys. We're never going to see each other again. Time to unfriend everybody.
Yeah, remember, we can't talk to each other after season 9.
Sarah and I get a divorce.
Yep, everything is we'll have to split up. No, I mean it's like I will take this over it fizzling out over the next like 10 years. Like that sucks. Like what a worse fate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's again. I mean, 9 seasons. Like, it's crazy to think that what was it, 3 seasons that they had planned out? Because again,
it was 3 and then 5 and then they got 9. That's
not bad. Like for those that don't know, the season ender where Twilight got her wings was the end of the show.
Yeah, that was going to be the end of the show.
That was the planned end, and then Hasbro's like, but money, and I mean,
so many times where like I thought the show was going to end, where it's like, oh no, Lauren left the show, it's over, guys. It's like, nope.
Yeah,
went on for quite some time.
Yeah. So it's and you know what? It's again like these last couple seasons, like season 7 was probably one of my favorite seasons. Season 8,
yeah, it's good.
I thought was great. I'm looking forward to season 9.
I just can't believe people had complaints back in the day of like with the ending of season 2 where like, oh, Shining Armor, where did he come from? We didn't hear about him before. It's like the 2nd season. Like they're still introducing characters.
Twilight never has mentioned a single time about having a brother.
In all 12 of these episodes.
Oh man, we just got a super chat from Hirosashii saying, "This is so sad. Alexa, play A Long Way from Equestria by Mando Pony."
Which one's that one?
He was different from the rest of the world.
Here we go.
That's the only words I know of it.
That song reminds me of like a song about Jesus, kind of. Like I know it sounds weird, but there's a song we used to
No, it
sing
does sound like a Christian
like in
rock
chapel
song.
where it's like I'm forgiven because he was forsaken.
You know what song we should be playing?
What?
Equestria is a long way. What is that song? Saber, help me out here.
Long, long way from Equestria.
It's the one heaven.
The heaven is better.
Yes, heaven.
Oh yeah, it's better, much better. That was that weird like uber Christian guy, George Kane. You hated him. He was there was some. I mean, one of these days I want to sit down and just talk for like 4 hours about the entire Bernie experience because there's.
We should do a live stream after the final episode.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we had front row seats to this stuff, but
Yeah.
I remember George Kane, how he started off as just kind of this really conservative Bernie guy, and then like became like. I remember people were like, "Yeah, he's the next president of the United States," and I'm like, "What are y'all talking about?" And then like I remember seeing Peter and Andrew Libman being like, "This guy can go ahead and just fuck off," and it was just. I don't know, like not trying to drag him through the mud, but he is kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Andrea Libman.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I remember like when Thunder Blue showed up and people were like, "Wow, what a weirdo." But now it's like in hindsight, I love Thunder Blue. Like he was such like he was just a big old dork, and he's so much better than cynical people who are like getting at you. I miss Thunder Blue, damn it.
Bring him back. He needs to perform at BronyCon. There's just no other way.
I would actually cry tears of joy if like there's a huge set with like Alex S and Gabe and Tombstone, and then like the screen just the stage goes dark
silent.
and you hear ding 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 ma 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 ma. I would actually like. I think that'd be like a spiritual experience. I would float in the air from like.
Oh, make it happen, BronyCon. Come on. Oh man.
Bring that Bernie
We can hope. But yeah, no, I mean, on the accounts of it all, well said, Saber, in regards to what the future holds. Sarah, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, it's definitely a bummer when like a favorite show of yours is going to end. I've lived that experience.
I've been here.
I've been there.
She's a veteran.
And, it's happening again. But at the same time, My Little Pony, it's had 9 seasons. It's come pretty far. And I'm glad that, there's some sort of heads up like, hey, we're going to end it here. And, like, all the writers know this. So then you get that kind of closure.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. And also, I think everybody here knows that just because a show ends, it doesn't mean that the fandom's ending. I mean,
No.
the Acorn Cafe, the Chippendale fandom is very much alive 20 years after.
A fandom that existed like pre-internet.
Pre-internet.
And they're like, hey, we're still good.
It's still around. It's still there, even 20 years after. It.
They held their first convention about almost like I think 18 years after the show first aired was when they first had their first convention.
And what, 8, 10 people?
I was one of the 6 people that was there. And it was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And look how massive
I ran out
the
of
family
vacation
has
house.
grown.
So don't worry, guys. There's going to be at least 6 of us in the future. We're fine. But I also look at like what's to come.
Yeah. Like the movie, there's another movie.
And I mean, talking about the future generation.
Yeah.
It's funny enough. Of all people I had this conversation with, it was Tommy, this past weekend.
Yeah.
And he was asking like, so when is like, are they like just gonna go right into the new generation? And I'm like, no, I don't think anything's confirmed, but I would kind of expect maybe like probably right around a 2-year gap between the two.
Oh.
That's my prediction, which is not really a big gap. Like, I mean, that's not confirmed, obviously. And watch there never be a Generation 5.
Now,
and,
what's
oh my
interesting to
God.
me is that they've been releasing shorts And I wonder if that's gonna go on
I watched
after
one of those.
the seasons have ended. I wonder if like they'll occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of like with Toy Story, where they're like, "Oh, I think we're done making movies, but here's a couple of shorts." Nope, no one. We're making more.
We're making another movie. Just kidding.
But yeah, no, the shorts are kind of an interesting concept too, especially like apparently this last one. I haven't seen it myself. I just know that I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and I'm like, huh, I got to see this now just to know why feathers are being ruffled or something. I don't know.
Oh, the latest short.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it for me, Sarah.
Well, fine, but I think it has to do with Jean Barrow. Have you been
I
seeing
saw her
Yeah.
tweet about it, so I'm wondering
Some
if she
people
wrote
are
it.
just a little too into details sometimes.
Jesus, people. They should know that by now. Like, I love when staff on the show are like, yeah, there was that one season when this pony, and everyone's like, season 4, it was twist. Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you. But, yeah. So one thing we had people do, as in our audience members, is on Twitter, we had people submit stuff to hashtag MLP Journey. And we, we just... This is especially because right now I feel like is the time where people are like, oh my god, like, feeling like it's all over, like, oh no, which again, there's still fuel for years fandom wise. We're gonna be just all right. It'll probably slow down a little bit.
Like after this season 9 ends, it's the perfect time to go back and watch all of the early seasons, like because.
We still have like 800 bronies reacts to me.
No, don't even put that on yourself. Oh my god!
Don't do that, Ricky Bobby.
Hero and I last night were trying to recite the episode titles for season 1.
Oh my god.
Trying to remember because we used to be able to recite like both 1 and 2.
Yeah, okay.
Like all the episode titles in order.
There's a lot of them.
Well, I switched to this screen, so people were seeing us flip between screens.
Good thing I didn't open a new tab, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Don't touch.
All right. Well, we'll kind of dive into this here, and see how some people have reflected on their time with My Little Pony, and perhaps how it's changed their life or had an impact on them. I'm hoping that like the first person is like, it ruined my life. I hate My Little Pony, and I'm so glad it's done.
Yeah.
Some people would say that.
All right. First off, we've got Drunken Grandmaster. I got into My Little Pony after a big fight in the family that left everyone feeling sad. Checked it out, hearing my many friends speak of it, and was hooked and broken out of my depressed funk. It's helped me so much with many things. Awesome.
Good. I like that.
We've got Jory.
Jory's got a story here.
Yeah. Do you want to read it?
Sure, I could jump into this one. Jory says, I first watched the show just a short time when season 2 started and Luna Eclipsed premiered, and it was around then that someone at this point that I used to be friends with was doing a parody of the show way back then. At first I was surprised that there was this online community about guys from teens to grown men that adore this show and call themselves bronies, so I decided to give the show another shot by watching it from the beginning and was intrigued by how the show took a different approach than what I originally expected. And while watching the first season, I decided to look to see what the fandom was about, and what I saw, it blew my mind from fan art to creative content to fan-made music and remixes, everything, and before I knew it, boom, this show will always have a special place in my heart for what it has brought not only to me, but for everyone else. Apologies for this long thread. It's cool, Jory. No apologies needed.
No. Thank you for sharing.
Yep. So, yeah. Sarah?
We've got Critical Thought. I always felt unmanly and weak before My Little Pony came into my life in 2011. I thought something was just wrong with me. It was the show and the fandom that gave me the permission to be myself and redefine my masculinity. Awesome.
Taylor
Yeah.
says, I discovered the show in late 2016. I didn't have much going for me at the time, and after watching a few episodes, I started feeling more positive, and from that day forward, it has made me a better person and a better friend to all in the fandom.
Nice.
Yay.
Got Shiny Cyan. How could I know that a show with little ponies would help me deal with my anxiety? Thanks to the show, I met my best friend, have a loving boyfriend, friends all around the world, and I don't feel so alone anymore. If I never knew this show and community existed, I don't think I would be here writing those tweets. Aww.
Gallop says, My Little Pony friendship is magic, and the fandom, especially the convention scene, helped me get through the dreariness of internal medicine residency.
Oof.
And True Blue says, I joined the fandom a month after the season 3 finale, and not only were the characters compelling and the storytelling among some of the best I had seen for a very long time since the days of Avatar, but I've also felt myself grow socially and maturely as a person. Which is something that I think we've heard a lot of.
Yeah.
Is how this show is like kind of helped evolve people.
Mm-hmm.
Even us here in the podcast, how there were maybe certain things that we were less comfortable with or had never done before.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool how everyone came together and this is what it resulted in.
Yeah. We've got Alec Greer. Hey guys, I'm sorry for dropping the podcast. I just had to move on to more important stuff. But
no such thing.
Always remain a loyal friend and fan to y'all.
No such thing as more important
Thanks
stuff.
Thanks for being a part
podcast.
of my #MLP journey.
There's nothing more important than the podcast. Sorry. Tomcat says, I discovered the show back in middle school before season 3 came out, and since then the lessons have taught me to be a better person. I've also made so many friends that share a common interest that's not just ponies. I remember that debate coming up once where someone's like, wow, these guys need to learn the lessons, and it's like, well, no, it's not about like, oh wow, we're just now learning the lessons, but more so in a lot of ways enjoying how lessons are taught.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's never too late to learn.
Yeah, it's never too late to learn. Sometimes, an episode will speak to you and be like, oh, huh, I need to rethink something.
Drummer Shy says, I was playing a game of TF2 casually, and some guy was posting pony spray paints. Then a guy offered me keys to watch 2 episodes of MLP. I became a little skeptical and saw the 2 episodes. I enjoyed it and went on to the others. Then I became a brony. Then I went to my first BronyCon in 2014 where I met my friends Little Shy Tootsie and Turtle Pain. Started to go to panels, go to the vendor hall, which got me my first experience on being at a Brony convention. Performing the music that was inspired by the show live with Cyril the Wolf at BronyCon 2017 showed me to be a bigger picture on what the community was really about. The show got me through tough times and helped me build up social skills. I praise this show.
We've got Alexia, the alligator.
Oh.
I got a free poster of the villains during the hiatus between season 2 and season 3, and I thought Discord looked so cool, so I watched the show, ended up liking the songs, and discovered TLT, Wooden Toaster, and Eurobeat Brony. I've been on and off in the fandom ever since.
TLT, for anyone wondering, is tomato, lettuce, tomato. So.
To living tombstone.
RJ Foxy says, what's my journey? Well, obviously I didn't make much friends, not matter how much the show tried to help me break out of my shell, but it did help me create a stronger bond with my only friend who isn't a brony. I regret not being active in the fandom because I was too afraid of rejection, even though that would never happen. I'm still grateful for MLP because it inspired me to do what I love, and that's writing. Most of the stuff I write have been inspired by MLP in a weird sort of way, so if I do make a movie, expect MLP Easter eggs in all of my films. I hope the new generation will open up more doors, and I'll try to be more active in the fandom. Hopefully I won't have terrible social anxiety again.
And they also posted this little video of Matthew McConaughey watching My Little Pony and crying. I fucking love it.
Oh my god, is that from Interstellar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Old future me rewatching MLP episodes. That's great. That's funny.
We got Dum Dump. MLP helped me come to understand the value of certain fandoms that look gross on the surface. This understanding has helped me do the same for all social groups I come across that seem toxic or obscene at first glance.
I don't know if
that's an interesting take.
Well, I think what they're trying to say is that from the outside,
Bronies is weird.
It looks gross. But then when you jump into a mud bath, you realize gross is pretty cool. That's totally what I pulled from that. Railroad bronies. I see these train sets.
Oh
that's
my
at
God.
that's at BabsCon.
They're so
They had
big.
their train set up. I remember us checking that out. Railroad Brony says, MLP introduced me to so many awesome people and things that I never would have known about. I've hosted panels and helped with conventions memories I'll always cherish. MLP got me into animation/digital art, and it will always have a special place in my heart.
Wait, what the name? Garibald?
Oh, yes.
I hope I said that right.
Probably not.
Got Tyler S. MLP has helped me improve as a person. I became a better artist. I met many new friends, helped me find out I liked guys as much as women. I've found new forms of inspiration and creativity, and has taken me on many adventures. My life won't be the same without this show.
Soren! Here we go. Here's a couple. Says, okay, final try at posting this. Part 1 of 4. This show has helped me through so much. It has deeply lifted my spirits, reconnecting me to my childhood joy that I lost due to bullying, loneliness, and depression. The lessons the show taught me made me a better person and helped me realize that manliness is not about being strong and shooting guns and watching manly entertainment, but rather about gentleness, friendliness, and strength of character. I learned it is okay to be different and like different things, and I hardly ever judge a book by its cover now. I am now less afraid of people finding out what I like, and I don't care what haters say as much anymore. I still don't have true friends, but this show reminds me they are worth waiting for. Through the fandom, I also found amazing YouTubers and content creators that I enjoy watching and being a fan of, including those on this podcast. Aww.
Thank you for sharing. We got Nikki D. So I see a popular trend amongst the fandom called MLP Journey. I plan on doing something like this, but later. This 5-year anniversary of when I became a Grony is this year. I plan on doing a video on my experiences in the fandom. Catch you later, Nikki D.
I like how it's trending, apparently. That's cool. High Radiant says, I first heard of the show through the internet back in 2015. I first thought it was a major joke and wondered why people, especially grown men, were watching a show about talking ponies. Which I cannot confirm or deny if it still isn't just a major joke that we're all in on. I decided to give it a look after a while, and it didn't disappoint. It was shocking how well this show dragged you in, and I went from wondering why people watch this to wondering why people aren't watching this. The way the characters are and the way each episode seems to be so well put together really pulls you into the show. Not to mention the biggest and best experience with this community is the people involved in it. I have not met one person in this fandom that seemed to be hateful. Of course, there's and always will be hate towards the fandom, but that doesn't affect us. Lastly, it was meeting the people. I got to go to my first BronyCon last year and met amazing people like ACRacebest and many others, all of which are amazing people. I got a lifetime of memories from this experience. Though the show is ending, stay positive.
Nice. We got Eleanor Grace. My life would not be the same. I watched teens react, saw bronies react, then watched My Little Pony. From there, my family was hooked and we bonded. We went to BabsCon every year together, all 3 generations of us. My interest in MLP helped me get a job at Build-A-Bear.
Nice.
I befriended 2 customers, joined their friend group, and met my boyfriend of 2 years. I got to work at BabsCon, even got to win the Voice of Equestria meeting Peter New, St. Tabitha, and others. Thank you, MLP.
By the way, I'm just throwing this out. Like, anyone that's ever been like, oh, you know what, I might propose at a convention someday, is like, you're probably gonna get like 5 proposals per convention this year. Where everyone's like, I gotta get it in now.
You gotta get it in.
Calling it now. There's gonna be like 10 at BronyCon.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Every panel.
Make it 20
at the next BronyCon.
Oh my god, can you imagine? So here's our dates for next year. Everyone's like, huh?
What?
I mean, yay, but what?
What?
Nor Mermaid. If it weren't for My Little Pony, I wouldn't have made the friends I have today. It helped me make new friends when I moved to a different city for college, and if it weren't for MLP, I would never have discovered and become a fan of a certain guy who does impressions, lol. Again, Nora, I thank you for being such a big fan of my content.
We've got Jazz King.
I think she was talking about somebody else, Paleo.
Yo, good for you, Paleo. Your impressions are spot on.
Got Jazz King. I first started watching MLP on a whim. It was like 2010, and the show was at its second season. Me and my family just moved to Canada, and at the time, Cartoon Network, Disney, and Nickelodeon haven't crossed the border yet. We have YTV, and they only had a few good shows, and most of them were so weird. And the other channel we got was Treehouse, which is a children's network. It freaking stinks because I love cartoons. One day, nothing good is on, and I checked out Treehouse. Then I saw MLP with the episode Birdie Gossip. At the time, I knew nothing of the fandom, and only that it was for little girls, thinking I'll make fun of the show. After the episode was... I was hooked, binge-watched the 2 series, and the rest is history.
Well, I'll be danged.
So that was all that was submitted by the time that I had made this go live. Let me switch screens real quick and just see if there's any last minute.
It is super cool to just think about how
there are
how the show can have that kind of impact. Like even us as content creators, like we've been in situations where I think it's kind of blown us out of the water with how much our content can affect, individuals that watch it. I know we've got quite a few stories from conventions where, somebody comes up and they're like, you don't realize how important your content was to me.
Yeah.
And then I tell you, and you're like, wow, I never would have guessed. So, yeah, it is cool how a show can bring a whole bunch of goofs together. I say that kind of thinking of our group because, man, we've... it's just weird to think. I never would have met some of my best friends without this show.
Oh. Okay. I was like, why isn't it liking this tweet? And apparently it's been deleted.
Take that, Sarah.
Oh, I can't like the tweet. Okay, so we've got G. I remember after high school I started to get back into the show after following an LGBT headcanon, and ever since I started to headcanon stuff and I realized that I was a proud asexual MLP fan. Woot! The show also helped me a lot through high school and my struggles into adulthood. Nice. Let's add that.
And we have Aleximus.
Yes.
Says, I noticed some people drawing ponies on DeviantArt, and I thought the style looked nice, so I tried it out. My first episode was Feeling Pinky Keen in February 2011, and by that next month, I was a fully dedicated fan. No regrets.
No regrets. We've got a Chief Hunter who's posted a video format. I don't know if we'll be able to hear it. But well, I'll add it in. We'll watch it later.
There we go. We shall do that.
I
think there's a couple.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple. Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, keep going. Do what you're doing.
Okay. I'm doing it.
All right, let's see here. Varus Roberto Ivan says, I started to see it on my own since the year 2011 from the first chapter, incredibly, and from there, everything started. Everything that the G4 released from Equestria Girls to the movie in 2017, everything had its magic. What represents FIM for me? A new life for me. Nice.
Let's see. Kabari. I wouldn't have found my girlfriend if it wasn't for MLP. It's because of this amazing show that made us have a connection with each other. Nice.
Gosh. I wonder if there's anyone else out there that's met through this show.
I love this name. Hugh J. Huge anus.
Huge anus.
I was only 12 years old when I got into this show, just after season 3 ended. But now I look back on all these years and I realize how this show brought so much joy to my life and the lives of many others. It was such a great way to escape reality and have fun. I'm 18 now, and I will forever be grateful for this fantastic show being a part of my teenage years and being a place to escape from reality.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I still can't get over this.
Hugh's name over here. Like, this is absurd. It's alright, Hugh. We love you.
Hugh Jackman.
Mr. Janus.
Huge Ackman.
Alright, let's see if there's any last minute.
Alright,
Okay,
Mike Brony
Mike
got
Brony.
it in. I first discovered MLP FIM in 2013 after seeing a bunch of fan art and a PMV. After that, I had to find and watch the show to find out what the hell was going on, and was hooked. The show has helped me manage my anxiety and helped me through dark times.
Awesome.
You know what I want to know? Just straight up, since we're having this like really heartfelt like talk, like, you know, you wonder like certain ways that people found the show.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people discovered the show through art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got one more last minute, so let me go over to it.
Clean.
We got Sky
art.
Map. I entered this show during mid 2016. I always have anxiety when it came to making presentations. The show helped me to boost my confidence, and it makes me less worried during the presentation day. It always makes me happy during a bad time. Nice.
Wholesome art.
Hell yeah.
Wholesome art.
Yes.
Okay.
Porn. I wonder how many people found the show through porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
I'm pretty sure we've shared this story before, but if not, we'll share it right now.
Okay.
That a couple years ago, MLP MSP, I think it was MLP MSP.
2015?
Oh, was it 2015? It wasn't their last one. I think it was their second year.
Yeah, I think it was 2015.
Okay. A group of us was sitting with M.A. Larson, and Larson was so invested in finding out, like he's like, I need to know, like, is MLP gonna have the most porn made of a show?
Oh my gosh.
And people are like, well, it's gonna have to catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
and he's like, well, they had just released, I think, an episode. I think they had just released a Griffin episode. So he's like, well, we just released that with a whole bunch of new characters, so that should help us start catching up, right? It was such a funny conversation. Like, Mitch is hilarious. For anyone that's never had the opportunity to talk to that man, or just see him in person on a panel or whatnot, he is a funny guy. And, yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good time. As Saber said, we have a lot of stories.
Yeah.
We got stories. Yeah. So, I guess that wraps up that whole conversation.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the next one.
Yeah.
Which is that
there's a movie.
Was it at the same time where they were like, it's done, but you're also getting a movie?
I'm not sure, because I think it was kind of maybe announced around Toy Fair that they were doing a second My Little Pony movie.
Okay.
It's not a sequel to the first one. We don't know if it's going to have G4 or G5 characters. And apparently it's going to be CG.
My guess is that it is going to be G4, and it's probably going to be like, I don't know, like, I'll be curious, because I
can only imagine that it'll be G4.
Yeah, part of me
especially when Hasbro announced that season 9 was ending, but they also used that to promote the second the next movie, which then makes me think that it's gonna have the characters that are from G4. So
yeah, I mean, we don't have a G5 actually announced.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of weird to assume that.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be a G5 movie.
Yeah. I'm just going off of what Equestria Daily.
Now, for those of us here, I'm curious, what would you prefer? Would you prefer them wrap up the Generation 4 with the season 9 finale, or wrap up the show with the movie? Because some
wrap it up with the finale.
That's what I'd say.
It's gonna be CG because I want my 2D animation.
I'm hoping that it's
very much.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the CGI movie is literally the source filmmaker.
Gmod.
Yeah.
And like not even like good quality, like the music videos people do, but like the ones where like their heads flop around like crazy.
Yeah, and they make the expressions that are like break your jaw worthy, like
yes.
Yeah.
Or even better, it's just like 90 minutes of Viva's Celestia being deep video. I would totally pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we'll see.
It'll be interesting. I really am curious as to how the characters are gonna look in a CG format.
Yeah.
I don't imagine.
I was kind of.
It's such a. It's so hard.
I'm not dogging on it. I wasn't like yay when I heard it was CGI.
Yeah.
Because I would be interested to see. Well, that's the other question. Is this a straight to TV movie or like what is this?
I think it's
theatrical.
Yeah, it's gonna be theatrical.
Who man?
For 2021.
Hopefully it's better than those fish movies that Saber's been watching.
What fish?
But more
With the dolphin that sounds like Krang.
More importantly, there's a Dungeons and Dragons movie that was announced.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys seen the first one? The one that already exists? Because there's no way they're gonna top that.
I have not seen the one that already exists.
Oh my god, we should watch it. We need to watch it.
I want to watch it.
It's so
I love watching bad
perfect.
stuff. Perfect. Got
It's
it.
terrible.
Is it good for someone who hasn't played Dungeons and Dragons?
It will not give you a good idea of how the game works, but it will make you laugh because it's garbage.
I only care about laughing at garbage. I don't need to understand.
Well, then you'll love it.
Good.
Yeah.
Then yes, we'll have to have a movie date.
I would love that.
Yeah, what's weird about the announcement of the movie, because they announced like a few other movies, like Dungeons and Dragons is one of them. And then a third G.I. Joe film.
Yeah. Micronauts.
And
continuing
Micronauts.
off of the live action ones that were released like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They should just make more PSAs with G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Fensler film PSAs.
Yeah.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches.
1,
Oh shit.
2, 3.
I haven't watched enough of these G.I. Joe spoofs, apparently.
That's like vintage internet jokes. Like I'm talking like 2005.
Are you
babe.
the little girl from the Grudge?
No, that's probably where they got it from, though. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited though. Like again, like for me, it kind of worked out this way with like Equestria Girls, where we're like, well, no matter if it's good, then bless you. If it's good, then bless you. If it's good, then if it's good, then we're gonna have, it's like great, cool, and then Brony's React is like yay, and if it's bad, then
Brony's React is like, yay.
Brony's React is like, oh. So that's not how we sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you sound.
That's the cumulative sound of all of you together.
By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and announce this now. I don't think I've necessarily announced this, but I've seen a lot of people asking about it. And yes, Brony's React Season 8 finale is in the works, and all I'm saying is that I had a ton of fun with the way we released the last one, so I'm probably gonna release Brony's Reacts. It'll probably be like the one bit of content on my channel that I do this, at least for now. But
like the premiere.
Yeah, it was fun doing the premiere. Yeah. So and I'll keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll be sure to post about it and try to have everyone know in advance. But we actually have a very big cast for this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple new people that are going to be in this one for the first time. So yeah, it should be fun. Yeah. I'm wondering how people are like going to respond to my footage.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Season 8 finale is in the works, and yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So expect that, and it won't be around any sooner than not this, but next Saturday. But there's a potential it might be the following Saturday.
Yeah.
Or the following Saturday. But I think it'll be out before the next podcast.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, let me see if I'm doing
Just
that.
know if you're doing one for the holiday special, because I already sent you footage.
Oh my god, you did, huh?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that episode yet, which means there's a chance that I will still do it. Do you think the holiday special would work for a Christmas special this
Yeah, you
coming
should-
Christmas?
That's
I don't know.
good. Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Or I could do a very minty Christmas and have people
Do both.
really...
But you have to use that.
No, you gotta do that one for Halloween.
Oh my god.
for...
It'll be like Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, we should call it The Nightmare of Christmas. Anyways. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
So shall we open for questions?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Running kind of early on this one. So we'll probably do questions for the next 25 minutes in the podcast a little bit earlier. So 7:45 Pacific time. That'd be 10:45 Eastern time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So about 25 minutes worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, for questions, I've just posted it in the chat, but if you have a question for us, go over to Twitter and type in SPP questions, plural questions, SPP questions, and type out your question and press enter, and it should pop up on our hashtag that we have specially made for it. And we also do use super chats, and if you so choose, super chats always have priority, and we usually try to kind of,
embellish. Yeah.
on that question.
So if you have any if you have any questions, you can again submit them through Twitter, or again we prioritize our super chat questionnaires.
Yes. All right, we've got.
We finally, by the way,
Yes.
got our wedding video.
Yeah,
So
we did finally get
so
our
I
wedding
got
video. So
there's gonna be some wedding content starting to fly out here soon
yeah,
too.
finally. We know it's been a while.
Just wait till you guys see the night of the wedding.
No.
What?
I should no.
Okay.
All right, we've got Aziel asking thoughts on the passing of Walt Disney Archives founder David Smith. I've not heard of that. I didn't know.
I don't know. It's just funny. This is crap.
Hi, Saber.
Sorry.
What? We're talking about a tweet.
Okay.
Sorry. Netflix posted a stupid tweet where they're like, "If you here's the real tea. If you watch the entire thing, you can't say it was horrible."
Which is just inherently untrue because I go out of my way to watch things that I know I hate all the way through just so I can properly complain about them. So, screw you, Netflix.
Yeah, wait, what is Netflix saying?
They said that if you watch the series all the way through to the end, that you're not allowed to say that it was horrible because you had to have liked it at least a little bit, to have watched it all the way through, which is just not
What?
true. Because I put myself through all the things I hate because I want to complain about them.
It shows Paleo. Somebody used that crab meme with the silence liberal, but they but instead of liberal, they put brand.
Silence brand.
It's on their Netflix film account. That's a stupid argument.
It is a stupid argument.
That's implying like,
You don't know me.
I don't know, that you're absolutely right. You have to see the entire thing in order to even have an opinion.
Yeah, like almost have to watch it all the way to be able to give a full opinion.
That's
It's
like
like watching the first 10 minutes of a movie and saying it was garbage. It's like, you don't know. You didn't watch the movie.
are they implying that they just leave a lot? Like, I hate it. I'm not watching it. It's like, wow, you're impatient baby.
Yep.
Like,
Get on my level, Netflix. Self-loathing so I can complain.
That bothered me.
No, that's funny.
That was our question for the podcast.
Good question.
Sarah, how do you feel about watching something all the way to the end and complaining about it being horrible?
I feel like I would have valid reasons.
Exactly.
There you go. You're valid.
I agree with Sarah.
We validate
Validation.
Waddles asks thoughts on Nickelodeon is considering doing a SpongeBob spin-off series. Has anybody heard this?
Yeah, we talked about this on the POS podcast. Yeah, it's weird. They want to milk SpongeBob as much as possible because
Which is weird because he doesn't have nipples.
But like,
Wow.
who would the spinoff focus on?
I have no idea, because like it doesn't really work like that.
Would it be? Let's see.
Sandy, maybe? I don't know.
Squidward?
I like that the article you found was titled "Best News Ever," and then proceeded to explain.
Yeah.
Girlfriend magazine? What the frick is
What are
that,
you,
Sarah?
what are you talking? Oh,
That's the one you
the
clicked
article.
that
Yeah,
like
okay.
spazzed out just now.
Oh no.
Uh,
SpongeBob spin-offs planned as Nickelodeon chief Brian Robbins tries to win back young viewers.
And they just want to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Let's see. Among new properties heading to Nickelodeon is the first ever spin-offs of characters from its mainstay animated series, SpongeBob SquarePants. So it seems like it's like gonna be multiple like little spin-offs.
It's gonna be about
with
the
different
captain.
characters?
It's gonna be just all about
Like
the
an
captain.
anthology sort of thing.
Maybe. Weird.
Huh.
I don't like it.
When you
Interesting.
say the captain, do you mean Patchy the pirate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be
They
great.
already have those.
Aye,
episodes.
Captain.
Polly, his
Is
bird.
that what Tom Hanks' character said when the guy says, "I am the captain now," and he goes, "Aye,
Yeah.
Captain."
That's from SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing a few days ago just at the idea of like that one joke where it's like, it was that hot sauce thing.
Mhm.
I declare that this particular hot of drop sauce to be really, really hot. Fucking-
Yeah.
You can never outdo that shit. It is gold. The golden.
You're right.
It's like it's so ridiculous. I also like that Tom Kenny was Patchy the pirate.
Yep.
SpongeBob betrayed me. That's how I feel. When it's like, oh no, Godzilla 2014. No.
Yeah, it's 2014.
We've got Nora Mermaid. My question is for everyone, and it relates to something that happened to me recently. What is the most embarrassing text message you've accidentally sent to someone?
Ooh. That's a good
Ooh.
question.
I have no idea.
I'm really good at checking. I don't know.
Uh,
I think I once sent a text to like my friend group that I meant to send to my mom, but it was like, it wasn't an embarrassing text. It was just like asking about something that she had sent me before.
This is like the premise of that movie Blockers with John Cena, where all the parents are like, "Oh my God, our daughters are gonna go to prom and get pregnant," and it's because
I mean, there's certain ways. Like I chat with certain people that I wouldn't chat with other people.
yeah.
Just the way like I talk to them in text.
Yeah.
So sometimes like I go back and forth and I'm like, whoops. I didn't mean to say it like that.
I'm trying to think because I feel like I've done this before.
I've definitely like accidentally messaged someone when I meant to message another person, but it was fortunately never anything like super embarrassing.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Of course.
This isn't actually. This actually was a good life lesson. This was back in like I think it was 2014,
Uh-huh.
and that was back when I was very still invested in like my status as like a YouTuber and being popular and praise and shit. No, I don't care. I mean, it's cool if people like me, but whatever. It's not my goal.
Yeah.
That being said, there was some 4chan thread on the MLP board where they're talking about like bronies in the fandom, and they're like, "Yeah, this one sucks. This one sucks. This one sucks. This guy's pretty cool." And I'm like, I want them to like me.
Uh-oh.
And I pretended to post as anonymous
Oh my god.
about me, but then they saw it was me.
Oh my god.
They're like, yeah, Saberspark talking about himself. What an ass! No.
How did you not get like roasted alive for that?
Oh, I did. I got roasted pretty hard. And some of the folks from that board, I think that is the board. I don't even know if the board's there or not.
He's still there.
At cons, are like, yeah, you got caught, saming it up, and I was like, yeah, I did. I was pretty stupid, and I fully owe up to it. It was really stupid. It was very selfish to post that shit,
Yeah.
and man, that kind of fuck up made me learn hard to never care about my online status ever again.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Saber. That's
I learned something. Whenever I screw up, I will learn.
I've sent I don't think it's ever been like with a text, but I mean I've sent plenty of text messages to the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I'll be actually, funny enough, talking to Saber, and then I'll think of something like, oh, I should text him this, but forgot that I was just texting Tommy. So I'll send something about a convention or you know, just something to Tommy, and he immediately goes, I don't think this was for me. The best part's when he responds, because sometimes he'll just like go with it.
Yeah.
And like once he led me down, I thought I was talking to Saber for about 30 minutes.
Wow.
And Tommy he starts like doing this thing where like, hey, can't wait to go to BabsCon this year. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, can't wait. So when should we start planning our panels? I don't know. Are you able to handle that? Okay. Blah blah blah. This. Yeah, I like red trucks. Yeah, and I really like blue horses.
Well, it's because that sounds like things that Saber would say.
No, I know. That's why I never caught on. I'm like, wow. No, but like, yeah, and then he like finally goes like he'll make it very obvious, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Or that time, this one also scares me, is whenever Gabe is with someone, because he can impersonate voices so well. It's happened to me. It's happened to Saber, where he'll once he was with Saber. And I was calling Saber, and he answered, and I talked with him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's uncanny.
Yeah. I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad I didn't talk crap about you this particular time. Every other time I talk crap about Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe he tricked me one time when you were visiting out at his place.
Yeah.
Called you to answer the phone for the first like, I don't know, we talked for like 10 seconds, and I'm like, does Ray sound sick? Like something's wrong. It's such a weird sensation when your brain knows something's up, like, and you're actually right about it.
Yeah.
That's what was going on. I was like, something's not adding up. So like, it sounds like Ray's, but it's not him. Oh, it's Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe.
Yeah. Like when I, and I'm probably exaggerating when I say 5 minutes, but like when I was talking with him, same thing where I'm like, well, this is weird, but I didn't know that you guys were together. So it like I had no reason to even think like, oh, maybe this isn't Saber. I was just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got Bitter Melon asking, are any of you watching Mob Psycho 100? If so, what are your thoughts?
Wait, I'm not caught up.
Okay, well, I
have no idea what this is.
I don't.
So if
Laura,
you're the only one,
share
you could share your thoughts.
Okay, so Saber and two of my friends who live near. Well, didn't Jonathan come too? He was in town that weekend, right?
I think it was Jonathan.
Yeah. So
I was with you.
And Paleo was there too. Oh my God, everyone was there.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of us went to go see the premiere at the theater that's near us because they do like those Fathom events things.
Yeah.
And they had this like whole little like recap of the previous season, but from Reagan's perspective, and it was a delight, and I love it, and I need to catch up because I love that show so much.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Philip Wu is asking, are you going to Bronies React all the way to MLP Generation 5? If there is a Generation 5, while I can't confirm, I'd be surprised if... Like, I have fun doing the Bronies React series.
Yeah.
And I'd at least to kick things off, like, I'd probably, I don't see the Bronies React going anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to carry through to the end of G4.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Like, even after that's done, like, I'm sure there's some stuff that we can find to be like, okay,
yeah,
let's take a crack at this
egg. Let's see. Bitter Melon again. What are some of y'all's favorite independent comics?
Hey guys, be quiet. Listen.
Please tell me that you just put your butt up to the microphone.
No, Lammy's
It's
dreaming.
Lammy.
He's such a precious boy.
That sounded like a little fart. I'm just
Sorry, he was making his little dream dwarfs. So I
He's
wanted to.
dreaming. He's so cute.
Sorry, thank you.
that was a great fart though.
As far as independent comics, I read Lackadaisy, and Trying Human, and that's about it so far. I haven't read a lot of comics.
My favorite comic is the one where Judy has a kid and wants to get an abortion, and Nick's like, what?
Yeah, and those are both web comics that I just mentioned.
Yeah. Do you like my suggestion?
I honestly was not paying that much attention.
Okay. Good. I'm thinking Arby's.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Independent
What was the
comics.
question?
What are your favorite independent comics?
Chief Hunter was asking, I don't know if this is part of the actual questions, but are you able to play my MLP Journey post? We can't carry the audio through it.
Yeah, we can. Race and I would be able to hear it, but literally nobody else on the podcast would be able to hear it unless we all played it at the same time, which I guess we can do, but
Just have him type it out.
Yeah. I mean, you could just type out a summation of it. Fritz Roll sends in a super chat asking, "Hey guys, my 20th birthday is coming up on the 25th. Happy birthday!"
Birthday.
Question is, did you guys ever have to cancel a video because your editing software broke down? It happened to me this week for my Oscars pick video. Ooh, ever had to cancel a video, Saber? Or Paleo?
Had to delay a video because I recorded it, but I recorded it with my webcam mic instead of my Blue Yeti mic. So I was like, oh well, this was a longer one, so I'll just wait.
I've scrapped videos. I've never canceled a video. That implies that you finished it and then you're like, all right, cancel it. I've also been delayed and moved things around, but I don't think I've ever straight up canceled something. The farthest I've ever canceled something, I guess, was this one video series I tried to do back in 2015, where I dubbed over the ponies and make funny voices for them. That was back when I was still trying to do the pony stuff earlier on that year. And I showed it to Hero and Paleo, and I'm like, "This is funny." You guys were like, "No, it's actually not funny." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm scrapping it. I'm done." And clearly, it worked out for me.
It wasn't because of editing software, but the biggest pain in the ass I've ever had with getting a video up and all but scrapped, so to speak, is the April Fool's video I made. Technically,
oh god, that one. You were Zootopia lusted. You had to get that thing done.
Well, it was actually, so what's funny is the year that I released it. I like how you said I was Zootopia lusted.
You are.
So what we had to do, the only way I was able to release this video, because every time, so here's what pisses me off about YouTube, is its inconsistencies. Wow, amazing, right? This video I made was 15 plus hours, and the reason it's that long is because that's the joke of it, is that it's supposed to be what would have happened if Judy had not gone back for the fox repellent. And so it would literally just, the camera would never change because she never came back for the fox repellent, and it would play through the whole day. Sarah went and actually made art for this, making the shadows accurate to the daytime. Put actually work into this. And then it eventually gets nighttime, and she gets back, hours and hours later, based on when she would have gotten back through the movie. Yeah. And it timed out to 15 something hours, and the video wouldn't, it says it's too long for YouTube. And I'm like, what? So I kept trying to re-upload it because I would find these videos that were uploaded like that same day that people were putting up of 24 hours of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why can't my 15-hour video make it up? Why is mine too long?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Tommy, can you see if this works on our low budget TV channel? And it did. He was able to upload the same video to low budget TV, but I can't upload it to ACRacebest.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like, oh, I have restrictions on my channel or anything. And I'm like, oh, F. So, yeah, I'm still trying to find a way to get that damn video up on my YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah.
I will.
We just had to live stream it.
So we
That was
live
a bit
streamed
of
it.
performance art in itself.
Yeah?
Because, like, at the end of it, Race was getting on a plane, and I'm here at home trying to just make the damn thing finish because, like, the computer was starting to, like...
Overheat?
It was starting to just kill the stream, or trying to, because it kept the stream quality kept going in and out, and I was just like, she's gonna get home soon.
Yeah.
We gotta bring Judy home.
Yeah. It was, and then like just barely made it, right? Like everyone's like, yeah. We just got another super chat in from Perrin Shoebridge asking, how many of you were lucky of encountering Girl Scouts and buying cookies?
My niece is a Girl Scout, so I get cookies on the fly, son. I call it my supplier.
I've seen plenty of Girl Scouts at my local grocery stores, and I haven't been pulled aside yet.
What's your guys' favorite Girl Scout cookie?
What?
Favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh.
What's the one where it's like coconut and caramel?
Oh, the coconut caramel.
Shut up.
Aren't those called like What's a Daisies or something?
It's called the Poops a Floops or something like that.
Samoas?
There you go.
What they are?
How dare you?
Yeah, they're called Samoas.
They're that's what the Rock. That's his ethnicity, right? Samoas.
Wow.
I'm a fan.
Well, I checked the pause. What is that ethnicity? Because they're like
Samoan?
the strongest.
Samoan, I think.
Dude, when I see those guys at like bodybuilding contests, I guess I go to those. Like they terrify me.
You're like, this isn't fair. I'm a tag along, which this website that Sarah just found calls them tagalogs. But that is not the name.
That's what they come out
official
as.
website.
They do come out as
Tagalongs.
yeah, I like the peanut butter and chocolate ones.
Yeah. I can't eat any of these. Wait, there's gluten-free ones, but wait, hold on. They're probably they're buttery cookies, so I can't have them. They're gluten-free, but they're not dairy-free, so I can't.
Happy birthday, Andrea.
Still
Libman.
can't have any Girl Scout cookies.
All right, let's hammer through a couple of these because I know we can answer a good chunk of these here. Blah blah blah. Let's see here. Make sure that we get some new ones. Nikki D saying, I lost my man card years ago. Can you help me find it? It was around the time I joined the fandom back in 2014. Yes, sir.
It was never lost. It's been in your pocket the whole time.
Timothy Freeman asking, do you think there are going to be new Brony creators if there is going to be a G5? Also, interesting ride since 2012. Timothy, 100%. If there is a G5, there are going to be new Brony creators.
Yeah, I mean, a new
There's
series
gonna be a war.
has potential to,
The G4
attract new
purists.
people.
I just wonder if, like, the G5, like we're all like, oh, cool, yeah, G5. But there's, like, a new subset of the fandom that's like, no, we don't call ourselves Bronies. We weren't into the G4 crap. We are into the G5.
Excuse me.
It just becomes
and then all the old people from the 80s are like,
So this one has a little bit of a story attached to it. Ozzyal's asking, and I want to hear a little bit of this explanation. Did you saw Pixar was triggered by Spider-Verse fans on Twitter, all thanks to Saberspark? Saber, what did you do?
Pixar was triggered?
Saber.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think Pixar itself was triggered. It's just more like it's just an entity, so whatever.
Yeah.
But what happened is I was on Twitter scrolling through, and funny enough, like I just finished watching Incredibles 2 on Netflix, and I saw this tweet from Pixar where it said like, "Hey, for your consideration, Incredibles 2, something something, Rolling Stone praises it, whatever, best Oscar animated, whatever,
super and subversive."
Yes, that's exactly it. And I was like, oh well, I want to meme on this, so I'm gonna find a GIF or a GIF from Spider-Verse and I'll post it. Oh sweet, the Spider-Sense one where he's kind of like making that face where he's all like curious. Perfect. I posted it for fun. And then I came back later that day, and I'm like, "Oh shit! Everybody posted it." And then next morning, I'm like, "Holy shit! A ton of people." Now, to be fair, it doesn't take. I was just the first one. I'm sure somebody else would have done it. It was almost inevitable. Yeah. But it's kind of funny. I mean, I feel bad because now there's people who are like, "You're shitting on Pixar and you're taking the piss out of," not the piss out of them, but like it just seems like you're making fun of them, and they're not a bad studio. And I'm like, well, I think this is where we're coming from. We know Pixar. It's like the quarterback of the team. They can take us roasting them a bit. Spider-Verse we love, we cheer for because we really wanted to win. I think it deserves it this time. It was, my opinion, a lot of other people's opinions, a film that was better than Incredible. It was the better movie. It's worthy of the Oscar. Yeah. That all being said, I have no hard feelings for the folks who worked on Incredibles 2, Wreck-It Ralph, Breaks the Internet. I Love Dogs. They're very talented people. And if Spider-Verse loses, I won't be upset at any of those options unless the people on those teams are direct, straight up assholes. I'm going to be upset at the Academy because they're going to be the ones who made the mistake of like, are you serious? Like, did you even watch Spider-Verse? It's clearly the winner.
Yeah, I saw that post and it cracked me up. I'm like, oh boy. Waddle's asking, Race, will you continue or retire Brony's React after season 9 ends? Especially with the fact that there's a movie coming. As stated earlier, I don't see Brony's React ending anytime soon, even after season 9's over. Yeah. There's still some stuff that I think we could have fun with, even kind of looking back and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, I have no immediate plans of being like, all right, we're done, no more. So, yeah. As long as there's still people that want to have fun reacting and enjoy watching, and I like food.
Kabardi asks, what are your favorite Starbucks choice of beverage? What do you usually order at Starbucks? I order I'm gonna mess up the other
hot chocolate.
I'm gonna mess up this word. I don't know exactly how to say it. Strawberry acai or acai. I don't fucking know. I get the strawberry acai lemonade.
It's acai. You're right.
Okay, good. Because I've heard it said so many different ways, and I'm like, I don't know which one's right. So I get the strawberry acai lemonade.
Saber, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Starbucks choice? You're a professional.
Yeah.
Cold brew. I'm very average that way. I just want a big old cup of caffeine.
Yeah.
And I get nice cold. I like to get my coffee a bit more bitter because that way I don't just down it. Because if it's super sweet, I'm like, I can just finish this right now. Yeah. Also, when it's super sweet, it's like stupid amount of sugar, which is not good for you. So I'd rather get it. Like, here's my go-to: a venti cold brew with light ice and just a splash of vanilla sweet cream. That's my go-to. And it's not super sweet, but there's a little bit of creaminess to it, a little bit of vanilla in there to kind of whet the appetite, but not to the point where you can just down it and be like, sweet, this was, like candy or something.
Nice. All right, last two questions here, and then we'll wrap up the podcast. Actually, before I do, I answered a question earlier from the Philip Wu person. I'm pretty sure they're the artist that I ran into in the past, and I see them in the chat, and I just want to point out that I still have the artwork with the Rescue Rangers and me as a pony sitting on my desk.
That's literally like right next to our bed.
It's like framed and next to it, so yeah. Just want to point that out.
It's on the nightstand.
Love the fan art. Always appreciate fan art when we get it. Okay, so the second to last question is from a Chief Hunter asking, ACRacebest, if I was able to submit a panel for BronyCon, would you be able to join me and another person in it? The most immediate and honest answer I could say is I don't know, and it's because BronyCon is notorious for being our busiest convention, so it's hard to commit to a lot of panels that we aren't already part of. Sometimes the conventions also have us help out with VIP and show staff panels, so that's why it's a little bit harder for us to commit. What I would suggest is to, if you're interested in running a panel, have it set up in a way that even if I was unavailable, you'd still be able to do it.
Yeah.
But that would be the best advice I would have, because as stated, sometimes it's hard to find even time for us to grab a meal during some of these conventions, which we have a ton of fun doing it all. But thank you for asking. Okay, here's the question. I've saved the best for last, guys. Are you ready for this last question?
Do it.
All right. Oziel asking, and pay attention, which fast food restaurants that never coming back, but then you only came back just, if still good, have some good products, mine is Burger King?
Well, that's a good question, Ozzy.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ozzy's asking. One of these days I want to discover what Ozzy's about. But I don't.
I'm pretty sure what Ozzy's asking is what's a fast food place that you never figured that you would go back to, but they put something on the menu that maybe brought you back.
Okay.
I guess I'd say
Ozzy. I wonder what Ozzy's nationality is, because he's been a viewer of ours for quite some time. I love Ozzy.
I think Ozzy's
We
just
love
the
Ozzy.
Ozzy's just the smiley face at Walmart.
No, I'm really implying a lot where it's
Do you want me to reread? Which fast food restaurants that never coming back, but then you only came back just if still good, have some good products? Mine is Burger King.
Okay, that clears it up. All right, yeah. So, I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Yeah.
I keep seeing, I've seen some posts where people are like, oh man, Whataburger is better than In-N-Out, or blah, blah, blah this, or, oh, sorry. I saw Monty post about it. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, now granted, she's probably very unbiased, given that she's from the UK, but that also means that, who knows where her taste buds are at. She is British.
Whataburger.
But all I'm saying is the day that I try Whataburger, which have I tried Whataburger before?
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have either. The day I try it, if that is not the best goddamn thing I've put in my mouth, I am so calling out all you motherfuckers. Because
same race, because I've never had it either, and people are like talking it up so much.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is I've had it before. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. But this is what happens with regional foods. People from said region will talk it up. I love Chick-fil-A. And it's not necessarily regional, but damn it if it doesn't mean a lot to Southeasterners. Yeah. So I love it, but it's not the second coming of Christ. The only I don't know, but that's the worst part of all. For example, In-N-Out. Okay. Yeah. They make some damn good burgers. Their fries are not that great. I think they're pretty bad actually. I'll eat them, but they're not that great. I think Arby's makes superior fries. I think that Chick-fil-A makes great fries. McDonald's has shitty fries. I'm sorry. They taste like fucking packing peanuts.
You gotta eat them 30 seconds after they're...
Yeah, what a great food. You gotta eat it in 30 seconds. Wonderful. Thanks, McDonald's.
Yeah.
I get a little bit... no pun intended, but I get a little bit salty whenever I see people being like, oh yeah, McDonald's is top tier fry. And I'm like, listen, if you like fries, if that's what you enjoy and you dig, fine. But from my point of view, I have a hard time processing that. Where I'm like, really? You think they're that good? I don't know. I'm getting off on French fry tangent.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is important because I will agree with you that I think Arby's has some of the best fries out there.
My friends call Whataburger. They're my friends in Texas.
Yeah, because there's a wait. Well, that's the other thing. Whenever I hear people compare In-N-Out,
apparently in our area, any Whataburger has and I've lived this because when one of my friends was drunk because it was her bachelorette party, she wanted to go to Whataburger, and all of my friends looked at each other and just kind of rolled their eyes because they're like, great, we're gonna go to Whataburger at
you're saying it
10
wrong.
p.m. at 9. Whataburger.
It's Whataburger. Yeah, listen, all right. I know you're.
What
Listen here.
a burger!
Texan.
All right.
No, but
I
by
don't
the way, I
give
just
a
want to throw it
fuck.
out there to the folks who do like the food I was shitting on. Like, if you like it and you truly like it, that's fine. Don't let me ruin an experience for you. I
We
apologize.
waited.
So you shouldn't eat
We
fast food
waited
every
for
day.
my drunk friend's burger for 45 minutes before we actually got
45 minutes at Whataburger?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? That's ridiculous.
it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I also crack up though when I do hear comparisons with In-N-Out because I'm like, okay, but what are you comparing? Like when I hear people say like, oh, Five Guys is better than In-N-Out, I'm like, well, it's also more expensive.
Yeah.
And
You gotta keep price.
It's more
and
expensive, and it's also like a
time.
much bigger burger.
it's
yeah,
just different.
like my Corvette's so much better than your Prius. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, no shit.
I think Five Guys has some great
It's
fries.
better for
great
the
burgers.
environment.
But like, yeah, you have to keep it in the same ballpark. I'm not the biggest fan of Burger King. I think they're okay.
But when they have cheesy tots, I'm like, I want those cheesy tots, and they have them for only like 2 weeks, and that's it. They have them like for like 2 weeks out of the year.
The only restaurant I can say the fast food joint that I'm like I won't touch it is Crystal's, which I think goes by it's called White Castle.
Oh, like the White Castle burgers or whatever.
I won't touch it. I think they're. I mean, listen again. If you like it, cool. But like, it looks like garbage. Like the little slivers. Of,
Yeah.
The only time I've ever heard of White Castle was that someone got married at a White Castle.
What?
Yeah, there was.
I
a
only know
wedding at a
because
White
of the Harold and Kumar go
Yeah.
to White Castle.
Yeah.
It's stoner food.
Hmm.
Well, that was like actually look at that. Oziel really carried us into the
Yeah,
end of this
it's the
podcast.
end of this podcast.
Well, again, thank you
Talking about
to thank you to our live audience. Of course, thank you to the podcasters here and everybody that's listening on delay. I want to thank once again our super chat.
Drummer Shy, Fritz Rowe, and Perrin Shoebridge.
Thank you guys so much for your contributions and helping us buy Chick-fil-A tonight. Yes, and so we will be back in 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, it'll be fun because what date is it, Sarah?
The
6th,
it's
17th,
wait, which
400th?
one is it? It's the
6th.
6th.
March
March 6th.
6th. We will be back to celebrate the 100th
100th?
episode of the Semi-Perfect Podcast. And we are going to be just fooling around, doing Jackbox games. The audience could get involved, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys will all be able to get involved. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then, who knows, maybe if this is like a super big hit, maybe it's something that we do even more often than every 100 episodes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, again, thank you to everybody. I'm ACRacebest signing out, and Toodles, and Paleo,
This is an interesting
and
sign up.
Laura, and
And
Saberspark, and
Saberspark.
Hirosashii. And no thanks to Black Griffin
Or Matt.
or Matt, because
I told Matt about
they
it.
suck, and you should unsubscribe to Black Griffin
And Matt.
and Matt.
Even though he has 0 social media.
Good night, everybody.
Good
I
night.
thought you were gonna say good riddance.
Good riddance.
For shame.
We'll see you again next time. Dem ponies.